far too early. From the Civil War, General Philip Kearny, 47, killed in action, Battle of Chantilly, Virginia, September 1862. World War I, John Armstrong, John A. Barnowski, Thomas Collins, John T. Cox, Joseph Dunsicus, Charles Fishery, James Henry, Clarence E. Jacobus, Henry Karshner, W. Malesko, Joseph Marcus, William McDonald, John McNamara, Alex Nellis, buried in the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery, France. Harry Newman, buried in the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery, France. John O'Keefe, Frederick Rinderer, William Saulson, posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, buried in the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery, France. Charles E. Schanneberg, Edward T. Smith, John W. Smith, buried in the Aisne-Marne American Cemetery and Memorial, France. Czesław Stepelkowski, buried at the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery, France. James Tintle, Victor Vance, Henry Van Haren, Charles E. Van Valkenburg. From World War II, Raymond J. Abramowitz, 32, killed in action, Germany. Thomas E. Beers, 38, killed when his ship, the United States ship Juneau, was torpedoed off Guadalcanal in the Pacific. William R. Bergman, 28, killed while training at West Point. Anthony S. Bellotti, 26, killed when his ship, the USS Rich, hit a German mine after assisting in the D-Day landing, buried at the United States Cemetery, Sainte-Mère-Église, France. Fred G. Biscoe, killed in action, D-Day, June 6, 1944. Michael F. Canning, 20, killed when his plane was shot down over Maribor, Yugoslavia. James P. Casey, 22, killed in action, Battle of Tulagi, Guadalcanal. Vincent P. Cirillo, 26, killed in action, July 1944, after landing on D-Day, buried at the Normandy American Cemetery. Edward Chiskowski, killed in action in Manila, the Philippines. James J. Cushing, 25, killed in action on Okinawa, buried at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, Hawaii. Andrew Dobosh, 27, killed in action at Remagen Bridge in Germany, buried at the American Military Cemetery, Henri-Chapelle, Belgium. Lawrence Dombrowski, 29, killed in action at Banahir, Leyte, the Philippines. John J. Doran, 21, landed in the first wave on D-Day, killed in action storming the gates of Brest, Belgium. Joseph A. Dunai, 21, killed in action on the Normandy Peninsula. Augustus R. Feely, 20, missing in action when his plane failed to return from a mission over Saint Didier, France. William J. Flatley, 26, killed in action at the Rhine River, Germany, buried at the American War Cemetery in Margraten, Holland. James W. Gaffney, 18, killed in training in the Solomon Islands. Aaron L. Gelzer, 23, killed in action at the Battle of Tulagi, Guadalcanal. John M. Gibson, 19, killed in action during the liberation of Fort Stottenberg in the Philippines. Konstantin S. Gorski, 30, died from a fatal illness at Leyte, the Philippines. Russell F. A. Griggs, 23, killed in action while piloting a Navy fighter over New Guinea. John J. Herrion, killed when his plane crashed on the island of Corsica in the Mediterranean. He's buried at the Sicily-Rome American Cemetery in Nettuno, Italy. Adam S. Hoje, 25, killed in action while storming Mount Suribachi, Iwo Jima. John Huddock, 20, killed in France after participating at the D-Day invasion. Edward A. Kaczynski, 25, killed when the troop ship USS Paul Hamilton was sunk by enemy aircraft in the Mediterranean. George T. Koopman, 23, killed during training in Alabama. Joseph J. Kowalczyk, 22, killed in action at Heister, Germany. Stanley P. Kropyvnytsky, killed in action at the Negros Islands, Philippines. Francis Liebhauser, 30, died of illness after being sent back to New Jersey from Europe. Henry S. Longo, 28, killed in action on Luzon, the Philippines. Emil Marton, killed in action in Germany, a veteran of the Normandy invasion, buried in the Beverly National Cemetery, Beverly, New Jersey. Thomas McAvaney, 24, killed in action in Germany. Joseph W. McFadden, 27, killed in action on Leyte, the Philippines, buried in Manila, American Cemetery. John F. McGrath, 27, killed while training in Hawaii. Donald F. McIntosh, 19, drowned while training at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Joseph E. McNamara, 19, killed in action on Guam. William G. Meeker, 18, killed when the United States ship Juneau was sunk off Guadalcanal. John M. Mikos, 19, killed in action on the island of Saipan. Thomas J. Muir, 23, killed in action on Guam. Francis J. Murphy, 22, killed in action at Gelsenkirchen, Germany, buried at Netherlands American Cemetery, Margraten, Holland. Stanley Olowski, 22, killed in action on Saipan. Robert C. Pidcock, 21, killed in action in northern France after being in the first wave on D-Day, buried in the Normandy American Cemetery. Louis E. Postal Jr., 31, died in a Japanese prison camp after being taken prisoner at Bataan in the Philippines. Frank Quinn, 20, killed in action in Germany. John L. Ronchus, 25, killed in action in France. Joseph F. Rovinsky, 30, killed in action at Mount Soprano, Italy, buried in the Sicily-Rome American Cemetery, Nettuno, Italy. Eugene H. Ryan, 25, lost over the Baltic Sea when his B-17 Flying Fortress went missing, memorialized on the tablet of the missing Cambridge American Cemetery, Cambridge, England. Edward W. Schaller, 20, killed in action on Guam, buried at Fairmount Cemetery, Newark, New Jersey. James E. Schwalbach, 36, killed in action in France, buried at the Lorraine American Cemetery and Memorial in Saint-Avold, France. James K. Sarama, 20, drowned when the USS Juneau was sunk off Guadalcanal. Edward J. Schmisinski, 23, killed during training in Texas. Richard N. Smith, 21, killed during training at Camp Hood, Texas. George Sorber, 23, killed in action in Italy. Frank C. Stipolkowski, 27, killed in action on Okinawa. Andrew J. Typelke, 29, killed in action during the invasion of Okinawa. John J. Tortorello, 22, killed in action in Corville, France, after landing on D-Day. Calvin A. Tulai, 26, lost at sea when the USS Henry Knox was sunk by a Japanese torpedo. Stephen Tulai, 33, killed in Belgium, buried in the American War Cemetery, Margraten, Holland. Andrew J. Was, Jr., 26, killed in action in San Pietro, Italy. Andrew Welsh, 34, lost when the USS Wake was sunk off Guadalcanal. John A. Wojciechowicz, 25, killed while training at Camp Carson, Colorado. Edward Zibchevsky, 21, killed in a plane crash while training in South Carolina. Joseph F. Zielinski, 35, died as a result of smoke poisoning on board the USS Wasp. And from the Korean War, Leonard J. Bonkowski, 20, killed in action in Daegu, Korea. Robert J. Ozelis, killed in action in the Battle of Incheon, North Korea. Thomas J. Ross, 21, killed in action in Seoul, Korea. Peter Salalino. Leo P. Sawyer, missing in action December 2nd, 1950. And finally, from Vietnam, Joseph P. Mobus, 21, killed in Binh Long Province, Vietnam. Donald B. Scott, 19, killed in action in Quang Province, Vietnam. And lastly, David Robertson, 22, killed in action, Thao Thanh Province, Vietnam. Thank you.
As you can see, for a small little 1 square mile town, when Harrison was called, we answered the call, and some of us paid the ultimate price. So I want to thank Dave for reading all those names, which we're going to continue to do every year so that nobody forgets.